Hello, everyone. This is Kenji here again. How's everyone doing? I'm doing okay. Still recovering from this whiplash from the accident, and it's still hard for me to move this thumb. It's still achy, and yeah, I don't know. And yeah, like I don't know if you can see, like I got a little skin burn. I think it's from the airbag, like when it was deflating. It probably scraped my part of my hand, and that's why I got burned. And it's a little, and I don't know if you can see, yeah, right here, it's like really dry. It feels really dry, and yeah, it just feels weird. Um, Anyways, today I wanted to kind of talk about what I've been going through since the accident. So I've been thinking a lot about what kind of car I should buy, right? To the point I start to become really obsessed over it. And in one of my previous videos, I have talked about how, oh, I kind of want to buy Tesla, right? Tesla Model 3 that just came out, that it looks really nice. And I was thinking, man, like if my car gets totaled and I get some money back, probably, I don't know, maybe 16,000, 18,000, who knows, right? Uh, and also, on top of that, maybe I might be able to, maybe, I don't know, finance the rest of the money, or finance the car and pay monthly payments for the car, right? I might be able to afford it. And the thing is that right now, Tesla is doing 0% APR. If you put down like $4,000, I think only like 5% or 10% of the car price. And since I'm in California, I also get $7,500 of tax credit as well. So the total price of the car comes out to I think like $40,000, right, including the fees and taxes and everything, or 45K, but it was something like that. I mean, it's still expensive, but it's not outrageously expensive, I believe. And I think it's a pretty good deal, especially considering how they're offering 0% APR, right? And then also I was looking up Honda Civic Hybrid, and there's a different trims, but I think sports trim, which is like the second to the highest one, next to after like the sport touring. Um, I think that one is starting at $26,000. So right, so if I buy probably with taxes and everything, will come out to $31,000 maybe, right? Um, I mean, with the assumption that these dealers in the current market are not going to try to rip me off with all these ridiculous unnecessary markups, right? But anyways, and I was thinking, okay, like should I go with Tesla? Should I go with Civic? I don't know, right? And again, like Honda Civic is a great car, you know. This car I just got into a car accident. That's Honda Civic, and I had no problem whatsoever with it. And I love the car, and I actually was planning to, drive that car until as long as I can, right? 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, until I won't be able to drive it. That was my plan, right? And now I'm left with, I feel like I kind of left with, oh yeah, also I was considering um, Toyota Prius, the new one. It looks really, really good. And yeah, especially like with the new design, it looks really sleek and I really like it, right? So that's another car I'm considering too. And I mean, you might ask, oh, Kenji, like, why don't you just buy a used car, right? And I don't know. I try to look up a used car market, and it doesn't seem that great. It's everything's like pretty much overpriced and it's very expensive. For example, like CarMax, where you could actually buy a reliable used car. Honda Civic 2023, 2022 Honda Civic. Um, that sells for like 25, 26K for a new car. It's still selling at like 23K, 24K. I'm like, okay, it's only like $2,000 or $3,000 difference. I might as well just get a new car now. So I feel like right now the used car market is pretty inflated. Um, so I don't know if it's actually worth buying a used car right now. And also, I don't really know too much about cars. So I feel like if I buy a used car, I kind of I'm just very afraid that I might get a lemon or I might not even notice uh like the car I may buy having many hidden issues that I may not like realize or notice, right? So I'm just very afraid of making a mistake, biggest mistake, when I'm paying a lot of money for a used car, right? I don't know. But anyways, yesterday I was pretty much looking up online, just researching about cars, watching YouTube videos on these particular models of the cars I'm interested in buying. And I've pretty much ruled out the Honda Prius because I really don't like the interior. Even if the exterior looks really, really nice, yeah, the interior looks quite cheap, and I don't know, it just doesn't look that great. And it seems pretty like also cramped up as well. It's pretty small inside, and I feel like it's gonna probably give me a little bit of claustrophobia. But anyways, so I'm down to like Honda Civic and Tesla Model 3. But this dawned on me this morning, which is, okay, like, why am I even obsessing over what kind of car I'm going to buy already? I don't even know if my car is going to get totaled. I don't even, if it does get totaled, I don't even know how much money I'm going to get. And yeah, I just don't know like what's going to happen with my treatment and all of that. And then I was just reminded of that quote um, that goes, live each day diligently, but let your life unfold. Let your life circumstances unfold. And the way I interpret that quote is that, okay, like, try to live each day with full intention, intentionally. Try to um, do your best, right? Try to live each day with a lot of efforts and a lot of diligence and a lot of purpose in life. But also let your life, so like the life as a whole, you don't have a control over it. So just let it unfold it by like itself, right? And I think that's very true because life as a whole, I don't really have much control over it. And let's take my car accident, for example. I really don't know how this is going to unfold, right? How the insurance claim is going to go, how much of I guess reimbursements I'm going to get. And I really don't know what my life is going to look like in the next month or 2 months or in the next year, right? And I actually, my mind also, what kind of car I want to purchase might change over time as well, right? I don't know what my financial situation is going to look like in the next year or within the next few months. And I don't know how the car market is going to look like in the next few months. So, what is the point of me just constantly researching about cars, obsessing over it, obsessing over feeling the need to make the right purchase, feeling the need to make the right call for what kind of car I need to buy. And even me and my parents were kind of going back and forth in an argument about like what kind of car I need to buy. And what is the point of all of this? Right? I don't even know what's gonna happen in the next few days, the next few months with my life. And I mean, I think in a bigger picture, yeah, it's kind of obvious that I'm going to need a car for my work and just for my life in general. So that's for sure. But then again, I think it's too early for me to kind of even think about and try to, I mean, feeling the unnecessary pressure to want to and need to decide on which car I'm going to buy. And it really adds unnecessary stress and mental toll on myself, and it's just really weighing on me, right? It's really draining. Um, so I've decided to just wait, to stop researching about cars, to yeah, just to stop altogether this unnecessary nonsense. I don't need it in my life. You know, I'd rather spend the energy to focus on my treatment, my radiation treatment, which I'm going to start today, and yeah, just to focus on something else more important, right? Maybe to focus the energy on my job, to focus on that energy on uh, my prayers, maybe to focus the energy on relationships, to on bettering my relationships with my parents, with my siblings, right, with my friends, and also to focus the energy better on bettering my YouTube contents as well, right? So I think there are better ways to spend the energy, and certainly thinking constantly about what kind of car I need to buy is not it, right? Anyways, yeah, and as I think, kind of like reframe and shift my mindset, oh, it feels so relieving, right? It feels like this huge, just big stone on my heart has been just lifted, right? It feels nice. It feels really, really nice. Yeah, that's weird. Now I think about it, like, why was I spending all day yesterday practically just thinking about what kind of car I'm going to buy? And I think it goes back to my tendency, my personality of, and also my mindset, right? Of always wanting and obsessing with needing to make the right decision, right? Needing to be a winner or needing to not be a loser, right? Yeah, like I want to make sure that I get the perfect car for me, right? I want to make sure that I don't end up getting the car I may dislike or may hate. And I don't want to end up wasting my money on a car that I'm not gonna like, and that is not going to be as good as I thought it would be. So overall, I think I am obsessing over, I guess, having control over my decision, right? But if you think about it, from a life perspective as a whole, we make a lot of mistakes, right? It's not really possible for us to make every right decision in our life. It's just not possible. We make mistakes. We sometimes end up making bad decisions, sometimes very bad decisions. And making bad decisions in life, that's inevitable. We cannot avoid it. As long as we are living, as long as we are in the process of making a choice, there's always going to be choices and decisions we're going to regret. And sometimes the funny thing is that you make a choice or make a decision, and let's say like 2 or 3 years later, you think to yourself that you made the right call. And then 2 or 3 years later, you your mindset or your value in life starts to shift, and you realize, or you think you realize, you are you made a bad decision, right? So you start to regret. You start to regret on the decision you thought you made the right call. And then maybe even a few years later, your life values, how you perceive life, starts to change again. Your life circumstances change again. And then you start to regret again. Or you start to not regret again, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you never really know, right? Our belief, our mindset's just constantly just changing and evolving depending on what kind of life experiences we've gained over the years. So we can never be sure, I guess, right? So again, it goes back to that quote. Why don't we just let life unfold itself, right? And accept the fact that we don't have much control over our life. Well, we have control somewhat, I think, as the quote says. It's just how we live each day. I think we can try to live more intentionally that would align with our values, our current values, and how we perceive our life. Yeah, I think that's all we can do. And that's what I've been trying to do too, right? I mean, who would have known that my YouTube would take off like it did at the first few months? I never expected it. And I never planned it. And all I did was I just try to focus making contents just each day, right? That's all I've tried to focus. And even these days, since my YouTube progress has somewhat plateaued, again, I don't have control over whether or what kind of progress it makes going forward. It may plateau from like going forward for the next 2 or 3 years or until indefinitely, right? I would never know. Or it may take off again. And I may gain maybe like 10,000 more subscribers from one video. Who knows? But then again, that like bigger picture, I really don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't know what kind of control I could have or what kind of influence I could have on, I guess, directing or changing the circumstances of my YouTube channel. I really don't know. I really don't have any control. So I think it'll be better off, I'll be better off just focusing my energy on just creating content just each day on each video. And a lot of these videos I make, when I think about them, they're not perfect. They're far from perfect. And maybe sometimes I may end up really, again, obsessing over how to make it better, how to make it perfect. And it's really weird because sometimes what happens is that when I make a video, I feel like I put in a lot of efforts, right? And I have a feeling that it's going to take off. It's going to draw a lot more attention. That is potentially going to go viral, right? I think 95%, 99% of the time, I'm wrong. I can really never predict how the algorithm is going to, I guess, take my video, and yeah, if it's how or whether or not the algorithm is going to like my video and decide to give it a boost. I would never know. So now I don't even think about that anymore. I don't even try to think about like whether or not my video is good, whether or not my video is perfect or close to perfect. I just don't think about that anymore as much. Instead, I just rather focus on just creating more content, right? And I guess one thing I try to focus on is I try to be more genuine with my videos and in my videos. And I try to be as open as possible, right? That's something I feel like I have some control over. So that's all I do. But you know what's going to happen with my videos, the outcome, how the viewers are going to react to my video, right? I have no control over that. And I think I have now finally accepted that, yeah, something that is out of my control, yeah, I have learned to let it go. At least some of the things in life, right? I feel like there's still a lot of things in my life I haven't been able to let go. I haven't been able to accept. And maybe I'm in the process of accepting it. I'm in the process of learning how to accept it. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, right? Alright, well, thank you guys for watching my video again. If you have watched up until this point, I really, really appreciate all your support. And I will see you in the next one. Alright, take care.